So this is the Tasmanian tree fern, and we only have two ferns that are tree-like. It's the Australian tree fern and here the Tasmanian tree fern. On the Tasmanian tree fern, the way to distinguish it from the Australian one is that it has quite a few more fronds, probably twice as many. So you see it's kind of bushy on top. And if you look at the trunk, the petioles of the fronds are persistent. So there's a lot of, you can see someone has pruned off the old fronds and the stalks of the old fronds are left on the trunk. The trunk is thicker, but it's got those leftover stalks on it. This one's a pretty young one. It's got a little pup coming out the side on the bottom. That's what you see down there. But the rest is this little short, stout tree fern. Now if we go down here a little ways, still on Yananali Street, pretty close to the train station. See my face for a second. Good morning. I'm getting earlier and earlier here. It's like 7:30 on a Saturday morning. I had to talk to that guy first, before we just saw the Tasmanian tree fern. I knocked on the door and let him know what I was doing, because who knows, they think I'm some weirdo running around. But here's an Australian tree fern. So it doesn't have quite as many fronds. I mean, but each of the fronds is much larger. This is also a taller, older specimen. And these get taller than the Tasmanian. But each of the fronds is probably, 6, 8 feet long. Lots of fuzzy stuff up where the fronds are coming out. But if you get down to the really older part of the trunk, trespassing here, you can see it's somewhat smooth. So there's not a lot of stalks. I mean, it gets a little junky up here, but not those really visible frond petioles, or I'm just saying stalks, stuck left on the tree. It's what we would call self-pruning. The fronds fall off, and where they were stuck to the tree, it's kind of a flatter surface. And I'm going to show you one more of these. It's right down the street, I think. I hope you are enjoying some of these videos. Okay, here's a few that look pretty good. So there's one there. There's a lot in this little front yard. But I'm going to get you close to the trunk. So this is the classic look of the Australian tree fern's trunk. Once the fronds fall off, they just leave this, what's called a scar. Very smooth. There's the fuzzy part. And if we looked under the fronds, you could see all those brown spots are where they produce the spores. So these, not gymnosperms, but they're thrown into this unit. So this one is Cyathea cooperi. I've never told you the scientific name of the Tasmanian, but you can look that up, so I don't want to say it and be confusing now, but there you go.